The moon and its cycle has maybe more importance for you and your life than you're conscious about. When I lived in the city, and I used to live in cities until a few months ago, I had no connection to the moon. So I wouldn't have been able to make this video because about everything I talk in my videos, I have my own experiences. I never talk about something I just read in a book or researched about. So everything what I'm talking about comes from my own experience and my own truth. So in this video I want to bring the focus on the importance of the cycles of the moon for your life and for your nature, for your being. So welcome to this video. I'm Gudrun Silvestre and I do trainings in Tantra, like just energetically, and shamanism. So I always observed that I had phases in my life where I felt less energy and I couldn't explain why. Also, I always fought with those phases. I said like, wow, I don't have energy, like what's happening? Why do I feel even a little bit suppressed or just not well, And sometimes I had so much energy and I thought like, let's do this or that project, and I couldn't contain my excitement. Now I know why I had those phases, and that were the phases of the moon, new moon and full moon, and the cycles. So since I moved to nature and now I live in a bungalow, like a smaller house in nature, surrounded by trees, by a nice valley, mountains, and it's a completely different life. And it connected me deeply to the moon. Also the moon energy where I live is very, very strong for a reason. So when I moved to nature, I noticed, and it was around 1 week before full moon, I noticed when I looked out the window in the night, because there were no traffic lights outside, like no unnatural lights, that like around 11 o'clock or maybe even later, that it got snow white outside. The first time when I looked outside the window in the night, I thought it's like it would have snowed. There was snow outside. It was like a layer of snow on every leaf, on the terrace, on the trees, like everywhere. And I couldn't believe it because the temperature was like 50 degrees, so it was impossible. But still, I needed to go out, find it out, and put my finger in the white layer, what I thought must be snow. But then I realized, because obviously it was no snow, that it was moonlight. And the area appeared like a, I don't know, like a fairy tale landscape. Everything, it was like magic. And it was very, very beautiful, and I never experienced that before. It was like Wonderland, really like Wonderland. It was amazing. Like I couldn't stop to just stare into that realm. And with that my moon journey started. And I want to share that now, how I experienced it, and I'm quite sure that you might feel a connection to your own experiences. So I noticed that when it comes to the full moon, that my energy became way stronger. I feel more vital. I have more ideas. I'm more creative. I'm more like extra. Like, how do you say that? Like when you want to go in the outside. Like a flower what wants to open, like to share itself, to blossom. And that to the full moon this experiences unfolds. And it wasn't the case that I couldn't sleep at full moon, not at all. It was not that I was nervous or unquiet, it was more like full power in a meditative way. And after full moon, I noticed that my energy became lower and lower, and my motivation and my ambitions dropped. And that this, for the first time, when I noticed that consciously connected to the moon, that it felt even a little bit uncomfortable, because it was a kind of depression or melancholic feeling. Also I thought, I don't have any energy. Yeah, I just wanted to sit on the couch or do nothing, and had a bad consciousness about this, because I always had in my mind, I need to do something, I need to be productive, I have this and that on my list. Yeah, and I tried to fight again against this feeling of having no energy, until I realized that this was exactly my mistake, to fight with that. And I realized that I need to go through this process in grace and surrender and let go. Yeah, very important. I realized I need to let go in this phase when the moon becomes when it comes to the new moon, that I need to let go of anything, that it's not the time to go out. It's more the flower what closes itself to rest, yeah? To regenerate. It's about letting go, become empty, purify, rest, to be calm, to come in my natural flow, what means when I feel I want to do nothing, that I shouldn't do anything, that I really should rest, really surrender, really let go, and just accept that I don't have any energy, and just breathe. Yeah? It's like kind of like dying process, like going to a point of death, and I will explain that further. And when new moon comes, it's like the complete point zero for me now. Last new moon, I wanted to, because I read that before years, that you should write down, new moon, what you want to let go of. But when I wanted to do it, I also felt, no, even that I want to let go, like I just don't have any energy for that now. I just, it doesn't matter, like whatever, I just skip any ritual or whatever, I'm just not doing it. Yeah, so I also let go of that. It's a kind of freedom came to me. Yeah? The freedom of surrendering to something what is bigger than me, like a cycle, the cycle of nature. And I realized that everything comes in phases or cycles. You can also say waves. And in circles. It's similar, the same, because the biggest waves we have in life, yeah, or we have in our existence, is life and death. So without death, there's no life. And life always leads to death. It's a regeneration cycle, and it's exactly the same cycle like the moon or like the seasons and day and night. So when you have it in waves, and you have here the death, and life comes, death, life, death, life. Or you have night, life, yeah? A day, I mean, night, day. Or you have new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, yeah? But you also could say it's a cycle, because here you have death, yeah? From the death you come into life, from life to come into death, from death you come into life, and so on. So the cycle of life and death is in every cycle of nature. It's in night and day, in new moon and full moon, yeah? In the seasons, from summer to winter. So the night the yin energy, the female energy, like the emptiness, the total point of zero, the void, yeah, the space, is connected, of course, to the moon. The moon is also shining in the night. Yeah? So this is more the yin part. The yang part, you have the sun. So the moon itself is already yin. When it goes now to new moon, you go even deeper into that point zero. And when you have on the top winter, what is also the point zero, the point of regeneration, yeah, of letting go, of like becoming empty. You have all of that together. So now in the moment we have winter, then when you have new moon, yeah, and night, you have like three big cycles, all into the yin energy, all into the point zero, all into the void. And this is a really, really like important point for you to realize, to completely let go, yeah? To completely surrender, to go through that mystic death in order to regenerate, because the full moon is coming, yeah? Now also the spring is coming, yeah, with the summer, to get new energy, yeah, to let the energy bring you something new in your life, to unfold again, yeah, to experience also life even more, yeah, and brings you closer to the cycles of death and life and regeneration and new beginnings. And this cycle is so important because as conscious you do the cycles, as more conscious you let go to the new moon, yeah, to open afterwards and receiving new energy towards the full moon, as more conscious you go that path, as more you regenerate, as more you feel the power afterwards, as bigger you can unfold yourself. Yeah? Also, you lose the fear of letting go when it comes to the new moon. You lose fear of death. Yeah? So when you always live in a city and you're surrounded by artificial lights, by an illusion that there is always like full moon in summer, yeah, always full on energy, you burn out after a while because you think you always need to be outgoing, you always bring your energy outside, always new projects, always something new, always this and this and this and that. And you burn out because you miss the point of like a flower, what closes in the night, yeah, to close yourself, to look inwards, to meditate and regenerate, yeah, to open again. And that's why it's important that you also in the city have the connection to the moon and the cycles. And you can go into that connection by observing the moon in the night, to see where it is, yeah, to see in which phase you are and how you feel related to that. Also would be amazing if you would be in nature, of course, and can experience it there. And to follow up with the energy of those cycles, with your whole being, yeah, to reconnect with that, with nature, also with the seasons. And to feel the benefit, yeah, of this law of nature, of life and death inside you, to regenerate with that, to flow with that, and to reconnect with yourself through this. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment. I always answer every comment. Also, I put my link below if you want to go in contact with me. And I wish you lots of love and I see you next time in my next video.